Sagittarius, welcome to the channel today. This will be a general reading for the sign of Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Sagittarius, let's take a look at what's going on for your October. See what messages can come through for Sagittarius. All right. Sagittarius, I hope you're having the best day possible so far today. Let's get your cards laid out and jump into your reading. All right, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let's take a look at your October. Let's see. The bottom of the deck, you've got, for your underlying energy, the Magician. This is having all the resources available at your disposal. If you look at his table, he's got cups, he's got wands, he's got swords, and he's got pentacles. All he has to do is take the action to manifest what he needs. Let's see how this plays out or relates to the rest of your reading. Let's see your current energy, Sagittarius. Looks like you're focused on disappointment, focused on loss, focused on potentially grief. With this Five of Cups, he's looking at the three cups that are spilled. And cups are emotion. Cups are subconscious. Cups can also be intuition. But behind him are two full cups. And those are two full cups of happiness, of joy, positive emotion. But he's so focused on the cups that are spilled, he doesn't even realize that there's a potential happiness available to him. All he has to do is turn around. So Sagittarius, let's see how this plays out for the rest of your reading, with this energy that you're currently sitting in. What's your challenge for October? For that, you pulled the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is abundance. It's financial legacy. It can be wealth. It could also be a wealth of good health. If it's related to relationships, it could be an abundant, positive connection within the relationship. The challenge for you in October is potentially family related, or maybe struggling to handle resources, trying to manage all the resources that are available to you, or trying to summon up the resources that you need to move forward. We'll see how this plays out for the rest of the reading. So Sagittarius, what's your underlying motivation in this situation? So you're carrying a heavy load, a lot of responsibilities. So in that case, you pulled the Ten of Wands. This is a card of heavy responsibility, being responsible to take action on all sorts of things. If you take a look at him, he's got all these wands that he's carrying, trying to make it back, trying to make it to the home front. But he's carrying them in front of him. He can't even really hardly see where he's going. So it's a really a struggle and a burden for him. This is a great deal of responsibility on his shoulders. So that's what's motivating you, is you're carrying a lot of responsibility, a lot of weight, and that's really motivating you to really try to move forward with all your might. Sagittarius, what's in your recent past? You pulled the Ace of Cups. This is a gift of a new emotional opportunity, a new opportunity for joy, a new opportunity for happiness, a new opportunity for fresh new opportunity for emotional fulfillment. What's at the top of your mind, Sagittarius? What are you thinking about? You pulled the Emperor. This is power. This is control. Or it could even be a family member. This could be a father, a grandfather figure. Or this could be a boss. Maybe you're thinking about, or you got some issue with your boss that you're focusing on, or you're focusing a lot on a family member, a father or a grandfather or some significant figure in your life, or it could be you're focusing on you taking control, you being responsible for things going forward. And it really is a reflection of what's deeply motivating you, this Ten of Wands. You're mentally focused on taking control and responsibility here, and it's weighing heavy on you, this responsibility. And it's looking like this is potentially family related with this Ten of Pentacles. And you're sitting in an energy of sorrow at this point, and loss and sadness. I'm picking up that this is specific to someone who likely lost a father or a grandfather or a significant figure fairly recently in their life. But the good news for you, Sagittarius, is you recently received a gift of potential happiness, potential joy. But somehow you're going to need to find your way out of this energy so you can turn around and see that joy that's available to you, that potential joy that's available to you in those two cups. Let's see, Sagittarius, what's coming towards you? Okay, you've got the opportunity to build, the opportunity to create, starting to show your progress. This is really working together with others. This is the collaboration card, so there's an opportunity to collaborate and work with others going forward. And I think this is going to potentially release you from having to handle all of this on your own. I think you're thinking that you've got to do all of this, take control and do it all yourself. And it's a significant burden for you. But what's coming up for you is actually the opportunity to work with others and lighten the load. All right, Sagittarius, what is your likely approach to the situation? Sagittarius, are you being stubborn here? You pulled the Hermit. This is going it alone. You know, Sagittarius, you're already feeling the burden. Let's try to lighten the load and really take advantage or make use of the opportunity to work with others. You know, this approach of going it alone may not serve you. Let's see, what is in your external environment, Sagittarius? What are your external influences? So you pull the Justice card. This is a card of balance and fairness. So there's an opportunity in your environment for balance and fairness. And that's what's coming towards you, you know? Balance and fairness by spreading the load out and working with others. Okay, Sagittarius, so what's your advice from Spirit? You pulled the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is moving towards your long-term tangible goal. He's going to be crossing the T's and dotting the I's and making sure everything is done to achieve what he wants to achieve. So Spirit is advising you to really be thorough, really take your time, really pursue the long term. Look at the long term for what you're trying to achieve. See, let's take a look at what happens if your likely approach is to continue to go it alone with this Hermit card. In that case, your potential outcome is the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is walking away from what doesn't fulfill you in search of what does. So doesn't look like going it alone is the best approach. When you're going to have the opportunity potentially to not have to do this alone, and then you can offload some of the burden. So what happens, Sagittarius, if you follow the advice of Spirit and pursue your long-term tangible goals to try to achieve what you're trying to achieve? In that case, the potential outcome is the Moon card. So this card represents, I believe, or I'm feeling in this case, is there something hidden below the surface that you're not aware of? And that's the likely potential outcome. We're going to have to put some clarifiers on this to see exactly what is this that's below the surface. What is this below the surface that might be to your advantage? Okay, Sagittarius, let's get some clarification on this Moon card potential outcome. All right, what can we tell Sagittarius about this Moon card as a potential outcome? All right. Let's see what we got here for the Moon card. Okay. So, following Spirit's advice of the Knight of Pentacles and pursuing your long-term tangible goals, taking your time, crossing your T's, dotting the I's. It's being clarified by the Knight of Pentacles. They're doubling down. They want you to cross your T's, dot your I's, focus on the long term. And you pull also with that the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is anything is possible. Page of Cups is when pigs fly, believing in miracles, and that emotional fulfillment, what speaks to the heart with that really youthful belief in all the possibilities. And clarifying that is the Sun card. The Sun card is the happiest card in the deck, the most joyful card in the deck. So what you're not aware of that's hidden beneath the surface in this Moon card as your potential outcome is follow the advice from Spirit, and you have this potential joy and happiness and belief in the possibilities that will result in absolute happiness. So it's looking like a pretty good October for you, Sagittarius, if you listen to the guidance from Spirit. Let's see. I want to get you an oracle card or a couple oracle cards before we wrap up your reading today. I'll pull this from the Sacred Destiny Oracle. Let's see, what additional messages can we provide Sagittarius today? Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What else can we tell Sagittarius today? All right. Let's just get a couple messages for Sagittarius' October. Okay. Again, we're doubling down. This Moon card is a card of openness, remaining open, listening to what Spirit has to share with you so that you can end up with this absolute happiness and joy in your life. Also, you can't make this stuff up. You pulled the Miracle card. And your clarification for the Moon card was also the Page of Cups, the belief in miracles, that anything's possible. All right. So Sagittarius, those are your messages for October. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel today, and I'll see you next month.